I live in the same house. I train in the same gym. I follow the same program. I have the same partner. I walk the same dog. And I'll be honest, even my diet, pretty much the same. I could sit here and go, I started following a new training program, swipe up to get it. Oh, I started periodizing my workouts and I started using a certain diet strategy that I can share with you. But the only thing that changed was the amount of circulating testosterone in my bloodstream. That's it. I've even had a child in this period, so my sleep is way worse. The point I want to make clear in the onset is that every single input has remained near about the same, but the output has been vastly different. I feel better, I have more energy, my libido is like I'm 10 years younger, I have more motivation, I have more drive. But the point I want to make clear is the version of me before, even though I don't look that great, I was still fine. I still could work, I still could get up, I wasn't depressed, I didn't have low mood, I was still trying to work as hard as I could. And funnily enough, that older version of me was trying all these things on YouTube, whether it was ice baths, whether it was peptides. In my head, I thought I was just trying to be creative on YouTube, but actually I was just trying to find a way to feel better, to reclaim my youth in some way. And I'd come to the point of thinking, do you know what? This is just how life is. And then I started using a TRT service. If you were to ask me whether I really needed a TRT service or that I wanted a TRT service, I'd probably say that I sit somewhere in the middle, and I don't think there's any shame in that. Now, although my journey, I would say, has been great, something happened that I didn't anticipate. It wouldn't just be my own journey. 2-3 months into using the TRT service, my friends, my family, I'm like, go get your bloods checked, go do a blood test, send me your results. And if their results look pretty good, I'd be like, come on, mate, sleep better, clean up your diet, get training more. But then my friends who had low results, I was like, you need to go talk to an organization that's going to help you with this and manage it. You should try doing what I'm doing. You should try different interventions to increase your levels of testosterone. I was pretty much spending my days helping other people to the best I could. And if you look back at my career, it's always been me making a business out of the one thing I'm doing. When I worked in corporate, I used to write people's programs and train people in the gym. They're like, bro, become a PT. Then I became a PT, started an online PT business, which morphed into all kinds of other different businesses. And then I started another business, educating people about how to do that. So I moved my own journey to this point where I'm absolutely loving life. And now I just want to find thousands of men that have got low levels of testosterone and show them the right path to feeling better like I do. Now, if you want to start your own TRT service, it's very difficult. There's red tape, there's doctors. It's a minefield. It's way too complex. I just don't have the time, energy, or resources to do that. So I looked to invest in a partner. And the company I've invested into is Manual. Now, you might know Manual from doing hair transplants. I believe yesterday they just did Joe Marler's. And I know what you're thinking, James. Maybe you needed them a little bit sooner before partnering with them. Sure. But one thing I know for sure is that Manual is on a mission to help men with low testosterone seek the treatment necessary to make them feel better. That's where I come in. Content, my own personal experiences, education, breaking down stigma, all the things I've done throughout my entire career, but this time with men in mind. And some people out there are going to go, oh, James, started a bit of TRT, now you've become an advocate. I've been speaking out for years about women doing HRT and looking at hormone replacement therapy through menopause. I've always been a big advocate of people leaning on pharmaceutical interventions as they get older. And it's no different here. Now, I'm going to lay it out for you and be completely honest. The mission to some of my content moving forward is going to be empowering men to make the decision to get a blood test. I do not get paid or any commission to do so. I don't get paid to mention Manual. And as an investor, I only benefit if Manual do well. And Manual only do well if they help men with low testosterone that want treatment. This is not the case like many other offers that I've had across the years of, hey James, we'll give you 10K if you can promote our business. That's not it. For some of you out there, you will do the blood test and you won't have low testosterone. And you might think that's a wasted opportunity or a waste of money, but it's not. I'll tell you why. The sad reality for every man watching this is that your testosterone will decline by about 1% every single year. And when I got my readings of low testosterone that qualified me for using a TRT service, people said to me, but James, this is a decision that you're going to have to take for life. I said, yeah, but hold on a minute, I'm 36. And if my situation is only going to get worse energy, worse mood, worse composition, worse libido, it was never a question of if, it was a question of when. If not at 36, it would probably be 38 or 40. So what, I'm going to wait 4 more years in my peak period of my life before addressing a problem and a way that I'm feeling? That doesn't make any sense. When I have toothache, I go to the dentist. The second I have toothache, I'm like, yo, I don't want to deal with this anymore. The idea of putting off a test a few more years to have the virtue of saying, oh, I waited till I was 45 to use the TRT service. It's like waiting till your toothache gets so bad, you've got to have the tooth pulled. I know some people are going to think that I'm a sellout. Some people are going to see this as my first brand endorsement. Some people are going to say whatever it is they're going to say. But I'll be honest, at the end of all of this, even if there's just a few thousand men with low testosterone that can seek treatment and get half the benefits I have in the last 12 months, for me, that's completely worth it. One day I'll be having a chicken and bacon Pret baguette in a corner of London. Someone will come and give me a fist bump and go, James, thank you for your YouTube content, mate. It helped me make a decision to start using the TRT service. I go, good on you, mate. Underneath this video, there's going to be a link in the description where you can find out more information about my investment into manual, how you can get a blood test, and how this journey could potentially look for you. Hopefully, for many of you, like me, you're 12 months away from feeling vastly better. And if you're not interested, it's also completely fine. I'll see you guys in the next video.